In this video, you're going to learn how to set a practice plan for yourself as an athlete. Hey there, I'm Eli Straw, mental performance coach and the founder of SuccessStartsWithin.com. The reason that you want to set a practice plan for yourself as an athlete is you want to make sure that every practice session or training session is done so with intent. You don't want to be wasting any time because I imagine your goal is to be the best that you can be. Now, how do you actually go about creating a practice plan for yourself? Before you create your practice plan, what I recommend you do is complete a self-assessment. Now, this self-assessment is going to be where you go through and you evaluate your skills. And maybe you identify your current strengths and your current weaknesses. What you can do with this then is you want to make sure that your strengths you're still focusing on. But then your weaknesses, you want to really make sure you're giving those a little bit more focus to work on turning those weaknesses into strengths within your game. But you also don't want to forget about your strengths, because if you forget about your strengths, they might then turn into weaknesses themselves. Now, once you do this self-assessment and you've got a good idea of, where your current skills are, then what you can do is you want to take that information and you want to put it into practice during training sessions and practices. The way that you put it into practice is setting yourself goals and objectives for practices. You want to set these goals and objectives in terms of the process. So let's use an example of you're a baseball player. You identified a weakness is hitting the ball to the opposite field. You say that for your next practice, your objective is you want to focus on letting the ball travel, get a little bit deeper, and driving it to the opposite field. That is your objective whenever you're hitting. Same thing goes no matter what sport you're playing. You have that idea of what you want to work on. You figure out, how can I apply this during practice? Now, the next part of this is where you're going to evaluate yourself. After every single practice, you want to look back and you want to think, okay, did I focus on my goal? Did I focus on my objective? Did I hit my goal, right? Did I hit the target I wanted to have for practice today? Now, how can I still work on that? Do I need to adjust my practice plan going into tomorrow's training? And then you can either adjust it, you can keep it the same if you want to keep working on that, but then you use that information to set your practice plan for the next day. And by going through this exercise and setting clear objectives, you're going to have more of an intent going into each practice. Now, I know that for the most part, your coach is creating the practice plan for you. But what we're talking about is on a level of intent. So no matter what drills your coach has you doing, you can be focused on what you're wanting to improve within that drill. So the example I gave with the baseball player, the coach might be having them hit in the cage or hit on the field, but it's up to that player to decide, okay, I'm working on letting the ball travel and hitting it to the opposite field. That's their intent for the day. So for yourself, no matter what kind of drills or practice your coach gives to you, you want to make sure that your plan involves the intent you have for working on your mechanics in relation to the practice that they've set or the drills that they're having you doing. But by creating a practice plan for yourself, you're making sure that each and every day you're putting more intent and focused, deliberate effort towards your game. And if you do that, that's going to increase your performances over time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I put out new videos each day on sports psychology and mental training. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of success in all that you do.